Greetings, inquisitive, talkative, witty Gemini. Welcome to my new Astrology and Tarot YouTube channel. My name is Eliane Nicole, and I'm an astrologer and a tarot card reader. And thank you for joining me. This is my first venture at reading via YouTube, and so I'm really interested in exploring this, and I appreciate you joining me. I would appreciate your feedback, and please subscribe to the channel because I plan to continue doing posts throughout the month about things going on with the planets and the stars, and I will be doing monthly overviews each month for all of the signs. So I'm going to start shuffling for your November overview, Gemini, and this is a specific tarot card layout. It's the Celtic Cross layout, and I'm doing this specifically for Geminis. We are looking at what is going on in November for the sign of Gemini, November 2018. Can you believe it's here already? And I'm going to cut the cards, and let's see. So your significator is the Seven of Swords. You are covered by the Four of Swords, crossed by the Seven of Pentacles. The foundation of this month of November is the Eight of Cups. What's leaving is the Queen of Cups reversed. What could come into being is the Knight of Swords reversed. What will come into being is the Ten of Cups reversed. Fears or insecurities are the Nine of Rods. Others see you. The Queen of Rods reversed is there. Positive feelings, the Four of Cups reversed, and then the outcome is the Five of Pentacles. So, Gemini, it looks like November is kind of a tough month for Gemini. One of the things that I notice off the bat is that there are no major arcana here. So, you know, I don't think it's tough in any kind of deep way, but there might be just, you know, a bunch of different minor irritations that you may be dealing with in some situational, you know, dynamics. To begin with, let's see. You have 3 court cards in this reading, and I am going to start with your significator, which is not a court card, actually. It is the Seven of Swords. So this is you at the time of the reading, Gemini, and I think that maybe you have a secret. There may be something that you are not telling us, Gemini. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that for now. You know better than I do, I'm sure. What's covering the situation is the Four of Swords, and it's a time of reflection. It's a time of possibly being alone, of retreating, of reclusing, and it is getting in touch with your inner self, your thoughts. And you were crossed by the Seven of Pentacles. And so it looks like you're trying to make a decision, and you were wondering, the decision is regarding whether you want to continue working on something that you've already invested a lot of time and energy in and already kind of started to see some fruits from, or if you want to kind of go towards this new thing that you're looking at and kind of abandon what you've been working on. So that is really the heart of the matter. And that's where we see you as you enter November and in the, you know, beginning of November. And the foundation of this month for you is the Eight of Cups, Gemini. And the Eight of Cups it's a seeking card. It's a card where you have a lot in your life. You have a lot to be grateful for. There's no denying it. But there is something that is missing. There's a missing piece. And I think that November is going to be a month where you may be wanting to seek that. For some of you, that may be actually leaving, going somewhere, going away. But for some of you, it may be a more figurative journey. What's leaving for you, Gemini, is the Queen of Cups reversed. And this looks like an emotional woman who you were dealing with, someone who may have been emotional, maybe overly sensitive. Possibly this woman could be a water sign. She doesn't have to be, but she could be a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer, but she's leaving. What could come into being is the Knight of Swords reversed. And this looks like a man who, a male figure, he's embattled in some way. He looks like he is just returning from dealing with a very difficult, tough situation, and he may be coming in. You might be dealing with him this month. And what will come into being is the Ten of Cups reversed. And the Ten of Cups reversed, it can be possibly the unraveling of a close relationship. It can be sorrow. It can be dealing with sorrow or grief. So it is an emotional card. It's cups. Cups has to do with the realm of love and happiness. And sometimes the Ten of Cups reversed can just be emotional exhaustion. Fears or insecurities for Gemini is the Nine of Rods. And so there seems to be some fear or insecurity around your territory. And territory will mean different things for different Geminis. For some people, it may be the home. For some people, the territory could be within the realm of career and enterprise. For some people, your territory may be, your family or someone you're protecting or something or some place that you're protecting. But it looks like there's some fear around that, and that could be causing you to be defensive or guarded in November. And others see you. So I'm seeing another woman around you, the Queen of Rods reversed, and she seems to be unhappy with you for some reason. Now, it is possible this is a woman with, a lighter complected person or a blonde, or she could also be a Sagittarius, Aries, or a Leo, possibly a fire sign. She could be someone who you work with. She could also be someone in the home, a mother, a family member, but she seems to be not happy with you. And your guardedness and your territorialness that we were just talking about could be related to her. And your positive feelings are the Four of Cups reversed. And this card is about, it's about hope and desire. It's about a hope and a desire that you're launching this month that you feel very positive about. And that's great. And the outcome is the Five of Pentacles reversed. The Five of Pentacles upright, not reversed, excuse me. The Five of Pentacles is, it's a hurt or a disappointment of some kind. It can be a spiritual pain. It can be a loss. Sometimes it can be an actual physical injury, but sometimes it's just a spiritual energy. It could be, sometimes it's getting sick. So definitely watch your, physical health and emotional health this month, Gemini. And yeah, that's where we see you at the end of the month. So all in all, it does look like a toughish month for Gemini. I encourage you to call me for a reading. I think it's a great time for a tarot reading for Geminis, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the planets before I let you go, and just what's going on in November in general. We start November, the 1st and 2nd, we have Dia de los Muertos, and this is the days of the year where the veil is the thinnest between the non-physical realm and our physical realm. And so the first couple of days of November are a great time to connect with the ancestors, to connect to and speak to and honor loved ones that have passed. On November 1st and 2nd, there is, the ancestors are very accessible. And so if this is something that you want to do, these are good days to do it. Burn candles, do a ritual, put up their picture, make an altar. And I also do these ceremonies for clients. I can take, a handful a month. So if it's something, and it's first come, first serve. So if it's something you're interested in, contact me. So that's happening in the very beginning of the month. Also, November 1st, there's an aspect where Jupiter in Scorpio will be trining Chiron and in Pisces. And for those in the late degrees of Gemini, this is going to be a significant aspect. And again, this is why I encourage you to get in touch with me and have me do your personal birth chart, because once we have your chart done, we can see exactly what degree your sun is in, and I can get much more specific with you with these readings. But so November 1st, in general, November 1st, 7th, and 8th, there is stuff going on with Jupiter and Scorpio that I feel like is very impactful to Geminis. Because Scorpio is quincunx Gemini, and there's an effect there. And again, I can get more into detail with that, and I'll be posting throughout the month. I'll be more specific in the monthly posts. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm new at this. November 6th, Uranus enters Aries, and it's backing up into Aries. So this might be reminiscent of a shakeup that you experienced in April of this year. There's going to be a shakeup again. Uranus brings shakeups, and whichever house Aries rules in your chart is where you'll experience the shakeup. So again, this is a situation where call me, I'll do your chart, and we can get this more specific for you. And let's see, what else did I want to tell you about? November 8th, Jupiter enters Sagittarius. Sagittarius opposes Gemini on the zodiac. So anything going on in Sagittarius is definitely going to be impactful for Geminis. And Jupiter entering Sagittarius, it's wonderful really for all of us, because Jupiter is at home in Sagittarius. Jupiter is the natural ruler of Sagittarius, and Jupiter and Sagittarius it's about faith, it's about optimism, it's about higher truth, it's about expansion. And so Jupiter's going to be there for the next year. So this is going to be an interesting year for Gemini in general. So again, Geminis, I encourage you to schedule a natal chart reading and a transit reading with me, so we can look at this year of what Jupiter in Sagittarius is going to be like for you. In general, I believe there's going to be a lot of grace, benevolence, expansion brought to you during this time, but it's going to come through challenge and tension, and so we should talk about it. It's going to be a great year, and if you harness this energy properly, it can be a very rewarding, beneficial year for Gemini. So what else do I want to say? November 15th, Mars enters Pisces. Pisces is square Gemini. And so Mars in Pisces, Mars is the planet of our drive, our motivation, our competitive self, our goals, our testosterone. And so Mars entering Pisces could be making Gemini feel a little less motivated, or maybe not less motivated, but maybe not motivated towards traditional goals, and instead more motivated towards emotional goals or creative goals or spiritual goals. What else? The thing to watch out for, I guess, the difficulties that Mars and Pisces can bring for Gemini in the square is chasing illusions, or yeah, that's pretty much. And I think that this is a time where Gemini is really going to want to pour themselves into their creative work. Mars and Pisces will be that kind of phase. And so it will affect you depending on the degrees of your chart and how, the timing. Again, contact me for a reading. November 16th, Venus goes direct in Libra. This is great for Gemini in the area of romance. And so I think that's good. And November 16th, Mercury goes retrograde in Sagittarius. And Mercury in retrograde is always a good time. Wherever Sagittarius rules your chart is where it will be going through. In general, Sagittarius opposes Gemini. So this is going to be, a fun-filled Mercury retrograde for you, Gemini. There's going to be plenty of tricks. Mercury, the trickster, will be playing on you during this time. So I would just have a good sense of humor and be light about it, and call me for a reading so we can look at where it's going to be in your chart specifically. Once I know your time of birth, and I can put it in your houses, and I can actually see where it's going to go, and you can maybe brace yourself and just plan to be light and have a good sense of humor and not let Mercury get the best of you during this retrograde. So yeah, thank you for coming. I appreciate your feedback. I'm new, so it's a little choppy. I'm getting my bearings, but please subscribe to my channel. Please share it with friends. And thank you, Gemini. See you soon.